Hey, look, let me say, I mean, at the same time, it's like a lot, this all comes in, and it comes back to, and it ends up deriving from, it comes back to, and ends up deriving from. So it's, and then that's another cycle in itself, in circulation, to where performance is for show. The very performance of it is all for show now. Anything you are doing, you're doing for show. You know, you got a job or whatever, but it's just so that you can drive that car. It's just that you know, your mom can talk about how, you know, you was in this magazine, and that's dope, and that's achievement, and that's great, and that's accolades, and that's success, okay? And that's beautiful, man. But it's like, love is blind, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about secrets. It's not about lies. You feel me? I mean, it is about lies because at the same time, if it's all just image, it's like you'd never, you know what I mean? You're always evolving. You're not, even if you who you are, that's just part of who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you never, and you know, nobody would know the full real you, and nobody should know the full real you. So at the same time, why are you showing them any part of you to begin with? You know what I mean? Why is it, unless it's towards a collective effort, you feel me? Unless it's towards a collective effort, like we have celebrities, right? And it's not bad to be able to turn to a face to represent a theme, to represent a, you know, an effort. But what is that effort? Like Beyonce just won the most Grammys ever. You know what I mean? More than the last person that had the most, right? Most recently, yes. This one that she won, it was for what? Some type of queer shit, some type of, which is, that's irrelevant. That's not the point I'm making. The point is that we turn to her for music, for soul expression, for individuality to begin with, for, you know what I mean, for a sense of identity, and liberation and empowerment, as well as creative, you know, liberating, you know, good fucking positivity, you know, positivity and celebration. You know, when you think about Beyonce, you know, she's showing herself. She's seen. Yes. Her performance is not only for show, though, even though it is shown. But when we're talking about Beyonce, who just won the most Grammys, and this one particular Grammy being for some involvement that represented or helped to represent having to do with homosexuality for whatever ironic reason. Could be a coincidence, I doubt it, but if she wasn't seen, then my son or daughters wouldn't even ever have to hear the word fucking queer, because he ain't finna hear it from me. But it ain't no reason for him not to like Beyonce. Though. If we showing some shit, as far as doing some things which can't help but go without being noticed, but as far as watched, as far as judged, as far as evaluated for its importance based on its visibility and exposure, that's different. And so what you want to do is probably something that people know you did because that adds to it not being what it is that you should be doing, for one. Definitely. So it's like, nowadays, man, everything, I won't say everything. Currently, a lot is done just to say it was done. Just to say it was done. When it's no mystery. It don't even need to be said. It don't even need to be shared. What needs to be done. I mean, us doing it would be great as a group effort. And even that much more fun. But when you're having the most fun, ain't nobody, you know what I mean? Unless somebody's there whose job it is to film it, then they involve having the fun too. Ain't nobody gonna catch it on camera. And if anybody catching it on camera, it's just that much less fun to be honest. If it's somebody's worried about somebody else seeing it, then it must not be all that fun. Because you ain't doing it. You sitting there taping it. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, it's weird. It done got weird. Like, nigga, you can't have fun and tape the fun at the same time. You just can't. You're taking away. I mean, it's like you only having so much fun if you're trying to capture the fun. It's like you only having so much fun if you're trying to capture the fun. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You can't do it and fucking document it at the same time, nigga. You can't do it and document it at the same time, nigga. You can, but it's like now you're doing two things now. And you know what I mean? That's the whole point I'm saying. Like, whatever choice you're making, it's only so much conscious energy that goes into what's best, what is proper, what is purpose, what is natural. Right? If it's universally relative and applicable, then more conscious energy, it has the capacity for more conscious energy because, of course, it affects more people. It inspires other people. It compels more other minds, other fucking decisions. Yes. But if it's just appealing to someone and entertaining, then what decision they gonna make off of that? Other than wanting to have same attention. They're gonna decide to how cool it is and shit. As opposed to, okay, well shit, or it's my turn to water this fucking tree today. And it ain't on camera because, okay, of course, you know, they told me in person or they called me and it's like, we meeting up and we probably gonna do some things that we don't want everybody to know we doing, and so ain't no reason to get on camera. And so if we tell niggas we gonna be there at that time, then we might have some people that's looking at it that could tell some other people that ain't really ready to know that we get down how we getting down. You know, if they was ready, it'd be different. But not everybody ready. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready to water the plant. That's all I'm saying. Tomorrow. You know, that's a necessity. You know what I'm saying? We gotta breathe. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Whether anybody know it or not, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the beautiful thing. It's like, what would you do if nobody knew you did? You know what I'm saying? And not just so that nobody can know that you can have something that you're doing that nobody knows you're doing. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother part of it too. Like, okay, yeah, you got this on camera and that's what it is happening. Well, what the fuck ain't happening? You know what I'm saying? If you that concerned, let alone uncompelled, to capture some shit that is happening, what is you not capturing you exactly? You feel me? It's like that's not even a part of action, bro. Is the reaction, yo. The reaction is not a factor should not be a factor in your action, yo. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna think ahead, then just understand that every action you take already involves every action that has already been taken, right? By you and everyone else. Every action that has not been taken, and that will be taken or won't be taken, already involves that. And then that will help you to embrace the specialness of it, the rareness of it, you know, the quality that it has the propensity of answering. Yes. You know, you see Beyonce, she does what she does, whether somebody knew it or not. She really loved to sing. She would be singing if she didn't get paid. That's the only way she's able to get paid top dollar like she is able to get paid top dollar. That's why you know her for her voice, because she's not emulating necessarily only what she's seen. She's actually, that's who she is. It's who she is. If you listen to Beyonce, Dangerously in Love album, which is her first album before B-Day, right? After Destiny Child, which even you got Dangerously in Love was on the Destiny Child album first, right? Destiny Child's first album was called Writings on the Wall. I think just Destiny Child or something like that, right? And Beyonce got Wild Lass vocals on that.
Writing on the wall.
Right? From her singing with her sisters. Right? Now, Beyonce's voice, my nigga, Beyonce's voice is more than just talent, for one. And talent is not just so you can show someone, right? It shouldn't be, at least. Right? It's like if you're only doing it for someone to see it, then what is it serving? Exactly. Right? It's something you have to consider. It's something that should be considered, at least. Beyond just, oh, okay, well, I can make money. Or, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, word. However, that's energy. That's time and energy spent, for sure. You know what I mean? And that is what matters, is that time and energy. Now, how we allow it to be spread and used against itself is a whole nother, is what I'm getting at. Is the importance of what you really, really want. You know, do you want to be able to, you know, be known for something? You know what I mean? Or do you want that? Or is it that you want to sing and that has led it to where now you're known? Or, you know, you want to be successful as a singer because, of course, you know, that's respectable for sure. Why not? You love singing. You know, you do something, you know, ain't nothing wrong with doing business. You know, and if you can sing and get paid for it, just make sure that you can sing. Because at the same time, if you can't sing and you're trying to, and you actually are known for singing, then it's like you're showing people how to do something wrong. The wrong way. In the interest of getting paid. And what's cold is, like, you may love singing and not even be that good of a singer, but it's not how good you sing that is appealing to people that fuck with your singing. It's how much you love singing and the art that you're able to create based on your love for what you're doing. And the art that you're able to create based on your love for what you're doing. And that's a separate element in the business. Completely separate element. It's related because, of course, it makes it just that much more profitable, the product that you're able to produce, or, you know what I mean, that you're compelled to perform. Your performance now becomes a product, you know what I mean, which is profitable to those that want to, of course, influence those to want to do things for show. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it for show. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those that teach themselves how to do some shit that they wouldn't even necessarily do just to get some money. And that's probably not the best thing to do. It's like, even if you have to do that, that's only on the way to what you would rather be doing. And if you get involved with doing too much of that, then it's like, that's not even necessary. It's not even all that necessary to a particular, extent. So it's intricate. It is definitely intricate. You know what I mean? What I'm basically saying to you is, you have to do what you want, especially if you're not doing what you don't want to do. Right? Like, you say, shit, I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. Well, you should be doing what you want if you're going to say that. That's all I'm saying. Right? I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do it. Right? You know what I mean? I hardly ever get a chance to not do what I don't have to do. Right? So if I don't want to do it and I don't have to do it, I'm definitely not going to do it. Right? But how much of what you're needing to do is what you want to do while you're saying that? Ask yourself that question. These are questions to ask yourself. Short and sweet version. Do what you want to do, but why is what you want to do not what you need to do? And the more you do what you need to do, it's more you can do. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You open up options when you are able to fulfill and perform things that are necessary for you to do. Yes? But that would take you wanting to do that, right? And that's how you get stuck doing shit that you just getting by, basically. Right? Doing what you can do to be able to do a little of what you would want to do, kind of, right? And then it's always like those dead moments, those little open windows where it's like you can't even do what you then allowed yourself to have to do in order to almost do what you would want to do. And in between that time, you sitting around taping other motherfuckers doing shit or watching other people do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's what ends up happening. When you notice I said have to do some things as opposed to need to do it. Because, we end up having to do shit that we don't need to do. You feel me? We be needing to do shit that we don't have to do. Right? Which that's the point I'm making. If it's needed, then you have to do it. It has to be done. Whether you're going to do it or somebody's going to do it for you, or it's going to be done in spite of you not doing it, or somebody's going to do what you didn't do. It has to be done. What needs to be done. Right? We have to do things that we don't need to do. That's best not to do. We be having to do that shit because we already decided to do it. We didn't even allow ourselves to accept its necessity when it's not even a real priority universally in a fuller sense. We didn't allow it. We didn't allow something unnecessary to become a priority at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? It's what I'm saying to you. We didn't allow something unnecessary to become priority in our lives. Like making sure we capture the fun we have is a prime example. So we could show somebody else what they not doing, basically. Because it's not like you want them around and you want to be acting like, oh, I did it and you didn't do it. And that's different. It's like, oh, well, look, this is what you missed out on. Look, see, oh. Now you know where I'm at because, of course, nigga, the location's on this Instagram post. You know how to contact me because you can call me or send me a message at any given time. So next time you want to be having fun with us, you should just be able to hit me up and I'll tell you where we are so you can have fun too. But none of that is even happening. You want to sneak up on me or her or him and investigate if they really having as much fun as it may seem like they having. And after you done already assumed that they just doing it for show anyway, even though you fucking looking at the shit. It's the only part, man. When you got things that need to be done that you ain't have to do, and you got shit that you have to do that you ain't even doing while you looking and watching and showing. Right? That's all I'm saying. Is that really what you want? Ain't none of it what we want. Ain't none of it even what we want. It's definitely not what we need. It's just so twisted up. Is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you compelled to do? What are you inspired to do? What is what is your calling? You know what I'm saying? When you done looked at everything, you know what I'm saying? When you done got done with doing what you have to do, that's probably best not to do. What is it that you want? You want somebody to connect with, right? Well, shit, man. What are you what are they getting from the connection? What are you offering? You know what I'm saying? What are you bringing to that connection? You know what I'm saying? Confusion? You know what I'm saying? Commotion? You know what I'm saying? Attention? You know? Enrichment. You know what I mean? Discovery. You know what I mean? Composure. You know what I mean? Inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Involvement. You feel me? Evolution. You know what I'm saying? Evolution. Quality. Authenticity. Yes. Genuineness. Yeah. You know? And that grows. And the more you do of it, the more you can do of it. And it's definitely needed. It's necessary. This is a requirement. To be our natural, organic, true self is necessary. It's difficult. It's become more difficult and much more involved and intricate than it deserves to be. But so that's our challenge. We can't just accept a role because it's convenient, because it actually does apply to the priority, the importance, to the significance and necessity of all life, which life is activity, and action. So whatever it is that you are choosing to do, whether it is that you want to do it or you need to do it, it is connected to life in one way or the next, in all ways, in any way, Anyway.